did you find this place?
Oh.
Shh. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gave me a bit of a scare. I thought I'd heard the train come in.
Oh, did you not?
I lost in thought. Um. Oh, yeah, welcome. I found out one of my explorations. Part of the work I do on the side for extra creds, I've explored along the shoreline, so I need to find less traveled roads. It's so strange.
What is?
All the water. Just like in every direction. It's just when it feels overwhelming, I'd never seen something like this in person before I came here.
Oh, I suppose that's. Yeah, I suppose they don't have oceans on Mars.
Or maybe they do now, but
I have no
yeah.
idea. I have never been.
And I've seen ponds and lakes in the other place, but you could always see the other side. This is something else. Hopefully it wasn't too scary coming out. I know you can take care of yourself, so.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I've been to much worse places. This is much more peaceful than I anticipated.
Yeah, I don't know. I started wondering about this place here. Let's get something to drink at least. It's a little warmer inside. I don't know if you want to sit in or sit out. How do you feel about that?
If you think, if you think this is odd, imagine not even being able to look behind you and seeing the land, just seeing that, but in every direction.
What, like on a boat?
Yes. A ship, but yes.
Can't imagine it. So it's just some sort of robotic thing here. You just place your order on this and swipe the card. I have a theory that there's some synth, I don't know, maybe a robot, something just stuck on a loop that comes out here and refills it every time. I've never seen it, but
That's probably how.
I've never seen this place closed either.
It's probably how vending machines work too.
Sure. It's always well kept, But there's never anyone here.
I'm surprised it does not get vandalized.
I don't think many people know about this place. I mean, the tunnel back there connects to the sewers, and Charles told me that there's people in the sewers. So maybe people are too scared to get off here.
I would probably be careful if I were you if that is the case.
I've never seen anyone here. Anyway,
It's just me going through these sewers.
you just select what you want on the dial, and then the light turns on, and I normally just get tea. And then Alexi just starts boiling on its own. It'll be ready in a few minutes, so you just select what you want and. Yeah, there it goes. Let me sit down. I think that way over there is our waterfront. I don't know what's in that direction.
Well, a lighthouse for one.
Sure.
There is a lighthouse actually on the island that the embassy is on.
Your choice. If you want your back to the tunnel or back to the water.
What makes you feel more safe?
I'll be honest, I don't normally sit at the table. I normally sit up here on my own. I've never brought anyone here, so it's like a secret place. I noticed you're not wearing
The bandages?
no, I meant
Oh. Um. I told her I was going back out to the station, which I am after this, but you know, I figured we would probably be alone anyway, so I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
so how does it work? Does it have like a video camera in it or
That and the microphone.
I'm sorry if this sounds accusatory, just I mean I'm surprised you're allowed to take it off.
Normally I would not be. Um, when I first uh, came to Aegis, it wasn't exactly for the reasons that I stated. Miss Karina was concerned with how independent Aegis was as a organization and how they operated. So, seeing as our deployment was uneventful, she sent me to, amongst many things, keep an eye on the organization. She was worried that they may have some kind of, don't know. It just has a history of its members operating outside of the confines of the law or the government, and with how sensitive the peace talks were and still are. I don't know. She was worried about a rogue element potentially causing some sort of issue.
So you're like some kind of attaché?
I'm not familiar with the word.
Like a corporate liaison.
I think the more accurate term would be a spy. If that gets the idea home. I was
You're still a spy? I mean, should you be telling me this?
well, considering Catherine, Charles, and Miss Hybris all know.
That makes you a pretty poor spy.
It is no longer part of my assignment.
So you are like a liaison. No, I mean.
I suppose. Originally, I was instructed to compile dossiers and information on the agents there. At first, I thought very little of it. What? There is more.
You don't still have those dossiers, do you?
I apologize that I cannot share them with you. I'm sure that is probably what you expected.
I'm sorry.
Why?
And curiosity, how far did you get?
Out of curiosity, why do you want to know?
You know, I'm just. I think our stuff's done.
Thank you. Still a bit tender trying to pick things up, but I can at least use my fingers now.
The silver thing, huh? Is that well known or?
Depends on who you ask.
I asked Kat already, but I don't really have an opinion. But I was wondering. It's so paranoid. That you know, you helped me with the other Fae, the the ones who went to. I'm sure they know. And maybe if they know, then they know it was you and they figured out something and.
No, what? That silver hurts me?
Yeah.
Why is. What would be the significance of it? I didn't damage it, did I? Suppose I'm just not following.
This is the sort of thing they would find very funny.
Ah.
They like that sort of cruel irony,
I do not think much of it.
I might just be paranoid.
Perhaps a bit, but I do not think you should be ashamed of it. It is okay to be cautious. It's also not the first time I've been burned by silver.
But I'll be okay after a while.
Especially it being so surface. There is a chance it does not even scar. I have never had something like this before, but
I'm sorry. I am.
you don't need to be. And I will say it as many times as you need me to. I did it because I wanted to. You didn't force me. You didn't. I saw you were in need and I wanted to help. I knew what it was. I knew the risk. I knew what was most likely going to happen. And I would do it again. I probably would try to be more prepared and have like a cloth or gloves or something, but
There won't be an again.
if you're sure. I don't think it would be the end of the world if it's scarred, though. It would not be the first scar that I have.
It's not worth the scare.
I beg to differ. Most of my scars are from trying to help someone else. I suppose this would be no different.
not really the kind of help I need.
I understand. And
You said, you said that it took you a while to get used to the weight of it. That's, I am. I kind of sleep sitting up, sort of. I sleep in a beanbag because of the antlers.
mm,
And no matter what way I move, I feel it. I just want to take it off. And then I fall asleep after a while. And I wake up in the middle of the night and before I know what I'm doing, I grab and I try to pull it off. And when it doesn't come off, I panic.
what is it that you want, Sarah?
I'm not good at answering that question.
I expected. And it can be multiple answers. Perhaps I'll rephrase. Um, what do you think is best for you? What do you think you should do?
What should I do?
Hmm.
I know what others think I should do.
Yeah, but I'm asking you.
I'm just stuck in a corridor. I can only go forward. There's no actual freedom. Yeah, I walk around and I bring my cage with me wherever I go. I want to go back. Go back to Elysium. To the Warrens.
To Mars.
Yeah. I I can still remember the smell. There was like a kind of insulation. And we'd pull it down from the sea levels. in like the walls and the ceilings and stuff. And we'd use it to form part of the barricades. You know, you'd block up doorways and things, and
Yes.
it had this smell. Like cinnamon, but more bitter. I can remember the smell. I remember the coffee. We used these old tin mugs. They were, workers' mugs from mines. I remember thinking how funny they looked. They had a flare at the end. You know, I grew up in Olympus, and I was nothing like that. You know, Olympus was much older, I suppose, and so everything was styrofoam. Styrofoam cups this, styrofoam cups that, plastic cups and stuff. But Elysium was smaller. It had this closeness to the original colonists, you know, that made you feel close to the ground. But I don't remember my unit commander. I don't remember her name. I can sort of see her like from behind. She had the long dirty blonde hair, and there was a guy who used to sleep next to me, and I used to joke about how he never shaved. And I used to go like this, you know, on his beard. And I can sort of remember what he looked like, but I don't remember his name. And so I want to go back. Can't. How can I go back to a place I don't even really remember? Even if they could turn back time.
I think you're asking the wrong question. If you can't remember everything, how can you not go back?
I don't understand.
That seems to be the only solution to filling in the gaps. Going back. Walking back down the same places, reliving the memories, letting it wash back over you.
That place doesn't exist anymore.
Maybe not the exact ones, but The closer you get, I'm sure the more that will come back to you.
No, you don't understand. It's not about the shape of the Warrens. I'm sure they're still there.
My point
But the
is,
people.
even if you do not remember their names, you still remember them. They are still people to you. They hold a place in your heart and in your memories.
Feels like the memories of someone else.
I will not pretend to be an expert, but I do think that going back would be good for you. Even if it doesn't solve everything.
How can I go back?
What do you mean?
Well, you mean literally going over there to Mars? To walk down empty tunnels?
Eventually, perhaps. Doesn't have to be tomorrow.
Rather plunge a knife into my chest. Don't you understand, Yona? Their ghosts haunt me.
Why do you think that is?
Because I left them. And the ghosts of all the people who fought. And all the people who died. It's like they're standing behind me. You know, like all their hopes and dreams of justice and inequality and the Martian way. It's like I'm the last one. And I'm not. And I'm not able. Because they took me and they made me into something different. And when you ask what I want, I have to hold back from saying that I just want to go back to the meadow. Because I know that's supposed to be the wrong answer.
It's like an addiction. You know in your mind that something is not good for you, but you cannot help what the compulsion wants you to do.
She said, this commander. He said you love them, right?
I do.
And I hope you understand when I say how much I miss their love. You know, I carried the guilt. They didn't give me that. They didn't set these ghosts on me. It's it's like something that's wrong with me. That's why they say I'm broken.
I don't. I don't think that they know or have the authority to determine that you are broken. I don't think that that's for them to decide.
If I wasn't broken, I wouldn't wake up in a panic trying to take off this collar. You know, I should be overjoyed that they're even willing to think about me again.
I thought you said that you knew that that was the wrong thing.
Yeah, it's what Kat says. So everyone else here seems to think. And I've wondered since I came here if this isn't just some game. Like they're testing me. Like maybe this is the place where they can put me and play, have a game until I'm fixed. When I see Dawn, I want to drop to my knees and beg, beg, and beg for her to take me back. But when she asks me to sing, it's like the words catch in my throat and I can't. And if that's not broken, then I don't know what is.
Perhaps you know deep down that they are not the ones you should be singing for. Just a thought.
I don't mean this in the sense of an accusation. And I know we aren't the same. I was just hoping you'd have some kind of advice, or if you could like tell me how to love unconditionally, or how to accept it.
How long were you with them? From your perspective.
I don't know.
Ballpark.
It felt endless. find the ballpark. They did some math at the pawn shop based on Kiri and Paco. Something like if it was a year for every day, and it was 170 years. Something like 67,000 years. But you have to understand, it's not like there's time. It's just endless.
The number, yeah, the number I do not think is the important part.
I can't even imagine 67,000 years, it seems.
Mm. It is much longer than 10 years. I think both of us can agree. That is how long it's been since I saw my family last. You're correct that our situations are not exactly the same. I do understand much of it, especially the emotions. And whether or not I do have advice, or whether or not you want to hear it or choose to listen or anything of the sort, I will still be here to listen. That is what I want you to remember. I can try my best to help or guide where I can, but I cannot promise that you will like everything that I have to say. You understand this? If it has been as long as it has, the amount of time that you went through, the uncountable years, and still here you sit on shore, telling me verbatim that you know what the right thing is, despite what you want. Perhaps that is an indication that there is something fundamentally wrong here. If you were meant to be with these people, if you were meant to be their toy, their plaything, I think you probably would have come to terms with that by now. Long, long ago.
Yeah, you're right.
There is a part of you that refuses to die, refuses to be silent.
Don't know how to fix it, Yona. I mean, I think if it was such a vast time, you know, Are they not so kind to keep me for so long, even though I was broken?
Or are they not the ones who broke you in the first place?
I. What?
They are the ones responsible for whatever
I mean,
is. There is nothing that you have to prove to them. At least there's nothing you should have to. You don't owe them
it,
anything.
I don't understand. I mean, I won't say it doesn't hurt to hear you say it. That there's something fundamentally wrong with me. That I just. That if I was going to be fixed, I would be fixed by now. Maybe that's why they gave up.
I think we're talking about two different things, Sarah. I do not think that you are broken. I don't know you as well as some others do, perhaps. But having a drive, a will, and passion is not being broken.
Um, are, are you not saying that what you accomplished in 10 years is something that if I was ever going to get there, I would have gotten there by now?
I don't know. Truthfully, I'm trying to figure this out alongside you. I don't know if what you describe is an accomplishment.
You learn to love.
I love Miss Corina because she is the one who raised me, taught me, has cared for me. I do not love the ones that took me.
But there's still time. It's been even 10 years.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to reassure you.
Time for what?
Time to love them.
What happens if I can't?
I don't know. If I had an answer for that, I wouldn't wake up crying.
I guess because there are at least some ways we are for certain alike. Tara, I don't want to force anything upon you. I just ask that you consider this corridor that you say you are in, where you can only go forward. Is it possible that there are doors you just can't see?
I hope so.
What do you do when you can't see? And you need someone else to help you navigate.
I don't.
You trust them.
I don't know.
You let them lead you. You let them place your hand upon the door. It might take a bit, but once they get you there, it's you who has to open the door. First, you have to trust that there is a possibility of a door there in the first place. You don't have to be doomed to just walk the corridor.
You know, I really want to believe it. I just. When I think about it, it's like the pit in my stomach. I mean, I want to sing for them. I want that. I just feel it so deep inside, like I can't. And no matter how hard I try, I'll never be able to open that door.
My door metaphor is perhaps a bit too vague.
No, I understand.
The point is, there are potentially multiple doors. And the greater point is to perhaps try and trust the ones that are trying to help you. I don't know. I don't know everything.
I know you're right. I mean, I have this sinking feeling sometimes that, this isn't a game. That I wasn't purposefully put here. But it's just that they didn't care anymore. And so all the doors ahead of me, all these other routes, are just they're just different ways of dying here. In this place.
There is another side
in
to
this
that
city.
coin. What is the other side of the coin? One side is dying.
I don't know. I mean, allowing them to take me back.
Okay, I understand I need to be a bit more clear with metaphors. Living here. Becoming content with it. Becoming content with the friends and family you've made here.
It's something I didn't expect about the ocean. It's so open,
Yeah.
Like you can go in any direction. But there's nothing there. It's just an empty horizon.
depends on what direction you're looking.
What you're talking about. Living here. Forsaking them. In some pointless rebellion that I don't even truly feel. It's just an empty horizon.
The horizon's not the direction you should be looking.
Yet they still own me. Everything that makes me me is theirs. My face, my body, my name. I am trying to make something new here. To make something that's mine. But it feels like I'm pretending. I'm trying to carry the torch of every past revelation so that the ghosts don't haunt me so much. And I'm trying to do that here. Feels like I'm drinking from an empty bottle.
I know it looks empty. Just flat line in every direction. But the moment that you go under the surface, there is an entire world down there. With life and beauty and everything else you could possibly imagine. The horizon is just the border.
I'm afraid you can't entice me with beauty.
It comes in many shapes and sizes and different forms.
I have seen the most startling beauty. I felt it look at me. Felt it on my skin. And I lived it for so long. So don't talk to me about beauty. How did you earn the right to take off your color?
As I said before, when I first was sent to Aegis, my assignment was to gather as much information as possible and make sure that if there was to be some sort of disruption or anything that could cause issue for Corina or the other diplomats or the peace talks or anything of the sort, to let her know ahead of time.
Do you miss it? The
Well,
weight of it on you?
it's complicated.
I'm here for complicated.
It wasn't a right. I didn't ask for it. It wasn't a reward to be able to take it off. It was necessary. She understands that the culture here is different from where we come from. Her that sort of thing is controversial.
That's why I asked if you miss it.
I did. Hold on, just holding it. I did. For a while. I felt like my connection to her was severed. I felt like I was alone in the dark. I was so used to always having her with me. As I said, it is no longer part of my assignment to gather these dossiers on Aegis. And this is because after a while I felt horrible about what I was doing. Again, at first I thought nothing of it, but then the people there, Charles, Catherine, Bloom, Andrew, Ibris, I felt like I was betraying them. I felt like I was doing nothing but stabbing them in the back. I felt like I was faking everything. And I was at first. But then I wasn't. I don't know when that shift happened. I don't know if it was all at once or it was slow, but And I realized that I hated what I was doing. I hated myself. And finally, I couldn't take it anymore, and I told Charles. I was prepared for him to hate me. I was prepared for him to tell Hybris. I thought that was going to be my last day there. Or worse. I don't know. I didn't know how spies were handled here. I didn't know if I'd be thrown in a cell or something, or but that didn't happen. Charles understood. And he urged me to speak to Hybris. I was so scared. At the very least, he assured me that I at least wasn't going to be imprisoned or anything like that, but I thought there was no way. There was no way that she would understand. There was no way that I would be ever allowed to come back.
So that was the compromise. You could come back, but not your collar.
No, I had not been wearing it. I have never worn it upon that station. From the first day when I went for my interview, I did not have it. Karina stopped me before I left the embassy. She took it off me and gave me this instead. She didn't want to cause
Does she know, Karina,
oh, what do you mean?
that you told Charles and Hybris and that you stopped being her spy?
She thinks I was acting. She thinks that I was on the verge of being found out anyway, and I made the decision to get ahead of the problem. She came up to the station and spoke to Hybris. I was given an ultimatum. I could be allowed to stay, to continue working for ages, but I had to resign from the Novarian Royal Navy. I lied to her, to Hybris. And I lied to Karina. Hybris thinks that I have resigned and I am no longer an active member of a foreign military, and Karina thinks that I am still. She doesn't know that I told Charles. She doesn't know that I gave myself away because of my own guilt. And now I'm caught in the middle. Please do not say anything. Please do not repeat anything I have said.
I won't. I have to wonder. Why are you not wearing it now?
I don't think I could trust myself to speak freely if I knew it was on.
But you love her, right?
I do. But I also recognize that she is not perfect. Something like this conversation, this moment we are having. I don't think that I could give you the authenticity that I think you deserve with someone looking over my shoulder. Someone listening who doesn't know you the way I do. Yes, I love her and I trust her. But you wanted to talk to Yona. You didn't want to talk to Yona and Karina.
No, but what you're saying is that you're not really you without it. You know, I mean,
I don't know.
that when you wear it, you're not truly Yona. I can't make the same promise to you. Dawn told me when she gave me this that this was so that they would always know where I was. And I do not know if they are listening. I fantasize that they are. Because I fantasize that they care that much about me. What that means for being who I am, I can't promise that it's just the two of us sitting here right now.
I understand. The fact I am not wearing it is my choice. And it is something I am choosing to actively go against her wishes. I cannot expect the same of you. It's not fair for me to do so. I understand the consequences just as I understood them when I put my hands on your collar.
My fear, I suppose, is that, how can I ever hope to be comfortable with this color if you're not comfortable with yours?
I don't know. This represents many, many different things. On the one hand, yes, it is whenever it is her looking over my shoulder, also looking after me, making sure that I am safe. But it also it represents a lot more than that. A lot more unpleasant things.
I know. I'm not naive. I understand this is not how people are supposed to be. I've read Petrov. I've read Voltaire. People are supposed to be free. I'm just not sure I'm people anymore.
I don't know. I don't know if I am either. I don't know if I ever have been. But what I can tell you despite how much I love her, despite how much I know she cares for me, I also love what I have found. The family that I have found.
You're talking about that, right?
What do you mean?
Vast, open nothingness.
Something like that. suppose I'd never felt the same fulfillment and purpose that I felt with Aegis. I didn't want to give that up. I couldn't. Past decade, all I've known is just war. War and servitude. With Aegis, for once, I actually feel like I'm doing something right. That I've helped people. It's probably small, but I don't know, at least I'm doing something good. So this is why I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I met you. I'm glad that I met Catherine, Charles, Gloom, Andrew, Rika. And the truth is, I wouldn't have if it wasn't for her. The assignment that she sent me on. Suppose in a similar way you never would have met any of us if they hadn't taken you.
Perhaps they were purposeful and put me here in front of all of you. Or perhaps they didn't care. And it is just a coincidence.
Perhaps it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You know, I find the dossier thing kind of funny.
Why is that?
I think I felt such guilt at gathering information on everyone, recording it, right? Putting it down, recording their every move while they're on the station.
Their capabilities, their weaknesses, everything.
Yeah, when they go into their room, who they talk to, time they wake up at, and so on, and so on, and so on. The irony is not lost on me that you would apologize to Hybris for that.
And who else could I apologize to?
No, you misunderstand. She is your clock.
You're
He
right.
records everything. When you clock in and when you clock out. I'm sorry, just an observation.
At least I know when it's happening.
Sure.
And I also know that it is not being used against me or the people I care about.
Just don't confuse the cold corporate chains with the ones that chains that those who love us give us. They're not the same.
I don't know.
And I knew that before they took me. You know, it might not seem like it, but I think you've really helped me. I feel like I can see it differently now.
Also,
It's like seeing it through your eyes. And what happened with you, and Karina, and Aegis, it's given me perspective. I agonize and I flail against this gift. But you've been put in an impossible situation. And my struggle feels petty in comparison to yours. That I struggle to accept feels like pure weakness.
I don't think that it is quite productive to try to compete for who has the worst situation.
Not like that. Not like that.
Hmm.
I just mean it's perspective.
Hmm.
You know, I'll wake up tomorrow and do the stuff I do basically every day, and my actions will tell the story of someone who's still fighting in a war that's been over 4 centuries. So there's still that. And I suppose I'll do like you're suggesting. Try and think about being a person here. But I'm not going to let it bother me. Or I'm going to try to not let it bother me. And I'm going to try and hold inside in my heart. Hold on to that hope. That they still love me. And maybe it will happen. And maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll be able to sing for them. I hope this is just me being silly or whatever, but I just feel like none of the rest of them would understand. And Charles certainly wouldn't get it.
Perhaps
The cat
not.
would rage. How furious she'd be to hear me talk like this. But it's such a relief to be able to talk to someone who gets it.
Or at the very least, I am still trying to figure it out as you have, as you are.
Yeah.
Catherine is at a different stage, much different than the two of us. And it is much more. I do not think you could say that she has mixed feelings about what happened to her, as you and I can. For the two of us, there is good, bad, love, hate, everything all wrapped
It's
up
just,
together.
it's difficult to have a conversation with them when they invalidate one whole side, when they refuse to listen.
You understand what happened to her, yes?
I know small parts.
What has she told you?
That she was taken.
Mm-hmm.
They did things. They they forced her. I know. That's not what I mean. It's just I can't.
You understand the difference
With
in
you,
perspective, is what I mean.
yes, I get it. It's just
Perspective may not be the correct. Uh,
I'm not saying she's at fault, and I know she is saying these things because she cares. What I mean
She does not have a
With
frame of
Charles, it's the
reference.
same. It's
The one who took her, there was no love. There was no ups and downs. There was no.
it was terrible.
Yes.
It was terrible. And maybe because of that, it's hard for her to see.
All she sees is the
It's
bad.
it's like with her, I'm not even able to present the conflict that I have inside me. To even acknowledge it is like a sin. But I can't help how I feel.
It is not. You have to promise not to repeat what I'm going to tell you. I believe what she told me was in confidence.
It'll be between you, me, and maybe the Fae.
I don't think they're going to go tell her. There is much I still do not understand, but I think there is some amount of understanding she may have. It is all wrapped up in so much more darkness, but the way she described it is that he was able to make her want things, want to do things. It's just the snap of his fingers. She and her sister, I cannot imagine.
Um,
She would be forced to. Can't even say it. Not just forced to, but forced to want it, to enjoy it, to enjoy hurting her sister. And then when it's over, he would snap his fingers and she would be back to normal. But the memories of wanting it, enjoying it, would still be with her. She seems to still not be able to wrestle with that or come to terms with it. She still blames herself for feeling that way despite it being forced on her.
Well, if there's one small thing I can do while I'm here, even if only for a short time, I hope it will be to help her and her sister and some justice. At the very least, taste some revenge.
It is noble. At least the intent. I worry what it will do to her, though.
It's easy for me to hump.
That's not what I mean.
The urge to do it comes from both the broken side of me and the side of me that they love. And so when it comes to those sorts of things, it's easy.
What I mean is that girl has seen and been through so much pain and death already.
She deserves of what measure of justice she can get.
I understand. I worry what pulling the trigger herself is going to do to her. That scares me.
Why it shouldn't. And would you rob her of that? Of that moment to know herself?
No. I would not force this upon her. I would not take something from her like this. I'm expressing concern. Catherine is not a killer. Despite everything she's been through and done, she's not a killer.
Everyone has it inside themselves to be the one who pulls the trigger. It's why you do it. That's what matters.
Doesn't mean it doesn't.
Killing is not wrong.
I understand this. What I mean is that not everyone can handle it. Not everyone can go through it without it breaking off a piece of them. Just trying to say I worry.
I understand. I mean, I think it will change her. But not breaking off a piece. Not like that, Yona. Help her know who she really is. If these things break off anything, it's only a facade to show you who you really are.
I don't know. I truthfully don't know. She speaks of how much she hates all the things that she made that they made her do.
Of course.
Not just those things. I'm talking about the killing too.
Yes, because it was not her. It was like. You're gonna laugh. It's like killing for a corporation.
I'm sure that is
It's
part of
it's
it.
doing it for what's right for yourself or for your
Sure.
beliefs.
Sure. I'm sure that is part of it. But I don't. I think another. I think part of it for her was just the killing itself. Regardless of who is on the other end. These is things she has told me.
Yeah. I mean, I believe it. I just think for this, it's different.
Maybe. I have not been through what she has been through. I could not imagine. I could not imagine hating someone that much. Just look out for her, okay? And her sister, I suppose.
I fear between the two of us, I might be the bad influence.
Well, I can't always be around her.
Have you met her sister?
All I know is that she speaks with her occasionally. She's told me that much. That she's in contact with her.
Your sister's good people. Don't think the two of you get along very well with it.
Really? Why is that?
She's oh, you know, she's young and headstrong and might be a bit uh I don't mean this in a bad way, Yona. You tend to be very I'm not sure reserved is quite the right word, but you have a certain speed about you. Catherine's sister is a bit up tempo.
Hmm.
Like maybe someday when you're down at the rack, you'll bump into her and you'll see what I mean. My advice is just be patient. She's good people. She's definitely cut from the same cloth as Catherine.
Hmm. I don't know. I get along with Catherine pretty fine.
But yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. You just need to get used to her. That must surely be very cold.
It's nearly empty. In fact,
Can you do me a favor while we're sharing secrets?
hmm.
In between you, me, and the Fae.
What is it?
Can you keep this place quiet?
Of course.
I mean, there's no big secret about it. It's just.
You want to keep it to yourself. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
My lips are sealed.
You know, if I was gonna die somewhere here, I'd want to be somewhere like this. Quiet and alone and under the sky.
I've thought much more about that sort of thing than I have.
In the darker moments, I think, sometimes that they sent me here to die. That I was supposed to fail. And I know I try not to think like that. It's just. It's almost already happened, and it's not like they appeared like angels to come stop it from happening.
You mean I'm asking
I
if
mean,
I'm asking if you're
when I
talking
got.
about when you were shot.
Yeah, yeah.
It is a dangerous place here.
And between you and me, sounds like I have almost been winged down at the bay. I try not to show how scared I am sometimes down there.
Then why do you go? I don't go there.
It's just part of life here. I'm supposed to just sit in my apartment scared the whole time.
It's not even in the district that you live in.
Yeah, but it's how Felix goes, and there is good coffee, I guess. It's just sometimes when I'm there and there's gunshots flying by, and everyone else is just standing there. Like Catherine, she'll just stand out in the open, and I think, well, everyone else is standing here, so maybe it's fine. Even though I know if a bullet were to wing one of them, they'd be fine.
And maybe it's okay to acknowledge the difference. Acknowledge the difference in ability.
I don't have a death wish or anything. It's not like that. It's just.
Well, I would hope not. This would probably have been a much different conversation. My point is, be careful. Please. Take care of yourself. Be smart.
Yeah.
And don't do stupid things because you see other people doing them.
Right. It's just. Then I have to wonder, why am I even trying? Because what am I hoping for? No. Then I think I'm hoping for the opportunity to. I'm hoping for the opportunity to be able to go back. Not to Maris, I mean to the meadows. And then what I really want, of course, is impossible.
Which is
I told you already.
we're recapping.
I want to go back to the barricade and turn back the hand of time. But it does not exist anymore.
And perhaps for the time being, what would be best is to want for something simpler, something more attainable in the short term. Just for
Okay.
now. For now.
I want to bathe in the blood of all the CEOs of Zafira City and to live to see the day that the people here are free. Come on. What's there to hope for? All I can hope for is another coffee. Another day.
Able to wake up tomorrow and go see your friends. It's okay to have small ones.
I've never been someone of small wants. You know, if I wanted a quiet life, I would have stayed in Olympus. Just not who I am. Or not who I was.
Stepping stones. Stepping stones. One day at a time.
Do you think if I went back, I mean, if they would take me, right? Oh, I'd hate to think people here angry. I mean, I don't feel like they'll be sad, but
We would miss you deeply.
I understand that. But hopefully, at least you'd understand that.
I would pray that you are happy.
Yeah. But what about Catherine?
I am sure it would take her a bit. But no. Perhaps she would need proof. Proof that you are being taken care of and happy and content. Because you remember, all she knows is pain. It's all she experienced, all she went through. That's all she can imagine you or I going through. It would be hard for her.
They only gave me pain because I wouldn't sing. But if you know, if I went back, it would mean that I was able to do it, and so they wouldn't hunt
Wouldn't
me.
sing or couldn't sing? Don't answer that right now. It's just something I want you to sit with and think about. Because it doesn't seem like you know the answer clearly. When this was used on me, it would be, especially early on, it would be in times to stop me from hurting people. As I said early on, I raged against my captors. I had to be taught not to kill, not to consume. And all the pain that this gave me, at the very least, it has stopped me from causing pain myself. Maybe I am speaking about things I do not understand, but I think hurting you because you don't wish to sing is a bit more than cruel. I don't think Karina would hurt me because I don't want to sing.
No, but it's because they love me.
Are you certain? Again, don't answer right now. Just think about it.
There's there's a rot.
Go on.
And ugh, they were so cruel. But they weren't all cruel. It wasn't.
How many of them were there? How many different individuals do you remember? Were some of them kinder to you than others?
Yeah.
I think that maybe a aspect that is perhaps not been considered by others before. Every time it is spoken about, it is kind of just this nebulous they.
There was one. It had eyes like fire. Like orange and intense. It would lead the hunting parties. And after they'd pinned me to the ground with a spear, it would come up to me and cup my face in its hand, kiss me on the forehead, and cut my throat. And I remember thinking how kind that one was. It was just there for the hunt. And I was its prize. And I could see when it looked at me how much it cared about me. Like it was glad of the gift of the chase every time. And they weren't all like that. Some didn't really care. They didn't see me for the value that I was. But that one did. It used to call me its favorite. Can you imagine that? Be a hunter's favorite.
No. Truth be told, I have much more experience being in the other position.
Maybe you understand then.
Hunting is a glorious thing. I think in all my years, I don't think that there has been a single thing that has come close to the same feeling. Suppose there is a amount of kinship maybe that's not the word. Appreciation I feel for my prey. They sustain us. They give us the thrill of the hunt. But I cannot imagine caring for them. At the end of the day, they are prey. They are sustenance, and once the job is done, they are no different to me than the drink in his cup, or the drink that used to be in his cup. Can't imagine coming to care for something that you have to kill. It sounds like torture. And if not torture, killing something you care for feels evil.
But how else do you know the hunt is over?
When they stop moving. When you taste their blood in your mouth. And you feel the bones crack beneath your teeth. Fuck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like I went too far. I'm sorry if that was insensitive. You are not prey, Sarah. You are a hunter, a warrior. Look at me. Hmm. It's not something that you can lose. Everyone is either a hunter or a prey. And they are that from the moment they are born. And nothing in the world can change that or take that away from someone. You can tell me anything you want, and it will not change the fact that when I look in your eyes, I see a hunter. I can smell the desire for the blood in your mouth.
No, I don't. I don't think you. I, I was. I was.
You don't have to explain. This is another one of those I wish for you to just think about. I know you're not going to immediately agree with me. I know you're not easily able to see what I see, and that's okay. Ultimately, I think the biggest thing that Catherine does not understand is that no one else is ever going to change your mind or convince you except for yourself. These are things you have to sit with and think about.
Yeah.
There is one last thing that I want to tell you. I think you would have made a incredibly fierce lichen in another life. Despite your current prey-like outward appearance.
Thank you, Yana. I wish I could return the compliment, but I think you would have been a piss poor revolutionary. No offense.
Hmm. I'll sit with that one for a while.
Take it as a compliment if you like.
I don't know. Maybe in another life I would have been. Perhaps Mars was much more in need of revolution than where I come from.
It was this feeling deep, deep inside that you felt the red soil in you. You were a child of Mars. You felt it inside, in your heart, a flame that could never be extinguished. You're from Navaria, right?
Yes.
I don't know if you feel that way about being Navarian.
What do you mean?
Do you carry the spirit of the place you're from with you? Do you long for the succor of its soil? If you close your eyes, Can you imagine the feeling of the stone in your hands? The smell of the air.
It's hard. Keeps getting overshadowed. I don't know.
I think it's starting to rain.
Hmm.
You know, we should do this again.
And I won't tell anyone about this place.
Someday when I have a holiday, I'll probably stake this place out and see what comes by. If we come back tomorrow, those cups won't be there.
Hmm.
Maybe that would ruin the mystery. So where do you stay when you're down here in the city?
In the city? I don't.
Oh? You got nowhere to stay tonight?
I either go up to the station or I go back to Bridgeport.
Japan. Oh.
I just came from Bridgeport, so I'm supposed to be up at the station.
Well, you know the anchor point down by the rack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take you there. But I should say, you're welcome to stay over if you want. As long as you don't mind cut hair.
I don't mind.
Yeah. There's beds that we don't use, like literally don't use. So anyway, let's get going. Do you have like a gun or something?
No.
No. Okay. Alright.
I'm always
Just in case.
armed, though.
What do you mean? Okay. That's a little scary.
Don't be scared. You're not prey.
You walk through the grass, you'll get ticks.
That's what the shower is for. And tweezers.
Gross.
Oh my god. 2 hours, 33 minutes.